Sad. Just another down day in the market. Whatever will we do? I don't know, guys, but today was a great day for me. A lot of things are going down in the market, so what do you do? Like, a lot of people are probably wondering what's going on. What's happening? What's causing this big market like sell off after we had such a rising gain? Well, I think it's a lot of profit taking. We've got a lot of volatility going on right now, guys. We have a lot of things that are going on in the stock market that are causing it to be really choppy. A lot of people are, buying low and selling high and buying low and selling high, and that's how it's been for the past 3 months. We haven't had our general run of the mill bull run for some time now, and this could be the weakening signs towards a bear market, or it could be the choppy market that could last throughout the whole entire year until people are comfortable in coming back and investing into the stock market on a regular occasion. And a lot of people are really worried right now, and rightfully so. You've had a massive ramp up from 2008 until now, and I think a lot of people are starting to realize, hey, this is kind of scary. And what might happen is people will start to finally dip back in over and over and over, and then the prices will rise to euphoric levels, and then it'll crash. We'll see how that pans out. I personally did a little bit of buying today just because I think that there's some stocks that aren't quite fairly valued for the future, and I just took a small position. Personally, I don't have a lot of money, so I'm quite like nimble when it comes to my finances. I could pick up a few shares here and there, and it's not going to kill me because I just don't have the kind of income and I don't have the capital to invest into large portions of like shares in companies. I just don't have it right now. It is my one day hope that I can invest into large portions, but I haven't got to that point yet. And I think that a lot of people should kind of look at down days like today as buying opportunities. And that's how you should really think of as an investor, even in a bear market. When things start to go down further and further and further, how do you know when the bottom is? Well, everyone wants to invest when everything's at the bottom so that they can sell when it's at its high. But I think the biggest part of investing is having a consistent investing strategy. Always going forward with, I'm going to invest at this time, at this price, for this reason, and if it goes down lower than that, then I'll invest some more. And when it gets to this price, then I'll sell out. I think that's a really important thing that you guys should do when you're investing. And I think that a lot of people kind of lose that kind of vision, and then they just get a little bit like burned. And so today was a really good day for me. I thought it was a really good buying opportunity for some stocks. And I'm not a financial guru. I'm a totally unlicensed guy, just doing investment purposes for myself. This is purely for entertainment value. I just wanted you guys to know what I see in the future coming for the stock market and coming from investment strategies for maybe millennials as a whole. And you guys get to see and watch me journey through this whole thing together and see how I do in the next few years. So join me and let's get started. So today I bought some Activision and some General Mills. Now, normally I don't like investing into stocks or basically companies that have really high PE ratios because they're not really earning appropriate to what they're bringing in. And Activision is one of those companies that is kind of really high. It's a high growth stock, and what I see in the next few, 10 to 20 years coming from this company is a lot of esports. Esports is going to be huge, I think, in the next 10 to 20 years. I think virtual reality is also going to be really huge in the next few years. I have a friend that works at Intel, and I got to play around with some of his VR setup, and just some of the stuff that he had was absolutely amazing. It made me feel like a kid again when I first got my Nintendo. And I'm a gamer through and through, and I think that the application for this, not just for gaming, but for like development, for architecture, and all kinds of things could be totally changed. And what's going to gain from that is going to be astronomically amazing. And I just see that this is going to be an esport scenario. World of Warcraft is going to be coming out with their new expansion, and everyone buys into that. And it might dip down a little bit and play a little chitter chatter like back and forth, but for the long haul, I think Activision is just one of those companies that's run pretty well and will continue to run well here in the next 10 to 20 years, especially with the growing gaming community. General Mills. Why I like this stock is because it has a lot of great products, and they're dipping their toes into like purchasing another company that a lot of people might not be comfortable with, but it's a dog food brand. And I think having a broader base spectrum, people love their animals. People really want to take care of their animals, and having an additional business thrown into General Mills can really benefit the company years down the road. And this is one of those companies that is kind of fell hard recently. And as you guys know, I don't like buying things when they're really high. I like buying things when they're kind of low. And General Mills is one of those scenarios. There was a pretty strong sell-off also of Activision Blizzard today. There was some other strong sell-offs in some other companies like Nvidia, and there's also Tesla today. So what do? You know, like I love Nvidia, and I think that they're a great company, but I still think that they're highly overvalued, and so is Tesla. Tesla is one of those going really long companies, but everyone's dogpiled into it so much right now that I don't want to touch the stock. And I don't want to touch the stock until it gets to a point of profitability. And at that point, Tesla will be an extremely expensive stock. But I'd rather invest in a company that's had consistent earnings than a company that hasn't had any earnings like for a very long time or isn't doing any kind of earnings whatsoever. So high growth is high risk, and it's high reward as well. You could have invested in Tesla back when it was like at $36, drop $10,000 and be a lot more than it is today. And you could have sold out, made your money, and then maybe bought back into the stock after it's fallen like a brick like it did today. So think about how you're investing, guys. Think about what you're doing and what you're going to do with your investments in the future, and always have some cash on hand just in case the stock market decides to take a dump. If it goes all the way down, that's going to be a great buying opportunity. If it happens like it did back in 2008, we have a housing market crash, you could really benefit from that. And unfortunately, a lot of people are going to get burned when something like that happens, but it's a great buying opportunity for you, and I just wanted to teach you that today, and I hope you liked my video. Like if you like my video, dislike if you dislike the video, and if you really like the video, guys, please subscribe. I'd love to hear some feedback from you, and have a great day.